What's going on, everybody? I'm back with episode 64 of Let's Talk. So let's talk. Now, today's topic of discussion is if Value Village is friendly, so to speak, to people who have a low income or or are seeking welfare. Um, the reason why I'm bringing this up is one because I got asked this by somebody through Twitter and my friends personally. Now, not all my friends know about me shopping at Valley Village because, for one, I didn't really feel comfortable just telling some of them. Because some of them, the school I go to is not like a cheapy school. It's far from like a private school. But in the States, you know what I mean? It's different. The private schools are different there. But I'm talking in Canada, in Vaughan. If you guys know Vaughan, that whole area where I used to live in is just, you know what I mean? If you guys live in Vaughan, you guys will know. So my school personally is not. Kids in my school tend to have a lot more money than the average person, so it's not necessarily the easiest thing to just say to them, well, yeah, um, I shop at Valley Village or whatever. So what the hell was I doing? Sorry, guys. So when it comes to shopping, the few friends that I do tell this to, I trust them with my life, basically. Like in other words, anything else that I would mention Valley Village with in terms of me there is for books. I've told that to teachers, some of my friends, anybody else. The reason that I'm not really comfortable is because it is used clothing that is sold there. Not only clothing, it's not just, but they sell furniture, obviously books, electronics, toys, all sorts of stuff, games. Um, Movies, music, pictures, and all this great type of stuff. Sunglasses, hats, scarves, um, shoes. Now, the main reason why I go there is, to be honest, because the low budget, the low income type of stuff. Because it's not easy to, like my mom's an only a single parent. So I'm an only child, but that's still a lot to worry, especially one person alone working. Sometimes it's hard for their family, like, the parents, to support the one kid. So you can imagine that times two. The reason, other than that I wanted to bring this up is because I noticed there's a lot more people that I'm assuming have enough money to buy things new that end up shopping at Valley Village because for them the prices are very cheap, or at least much cheaper than retail. In most cases, I personally, maybe it's because I'm on a low income, but personally, certain things, yeah, you will find it a great deal, like 15 bucks. Most I've seen shoes that are for like 45, 50 bucks. Nothing over $100 for shoes, max, I would say. Now purses, like my mom's a woman, obviously. So purses, yeah, she knows more about how to, find authentic purses and bags and whatnot. So in terms of that, the stuff she's come out with, pretty decent. Sometimes she gets fake, or you find fake, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it's not worth it. So what I find is like when my friend asks me, there's one friend in particular who sometimes goes there for books, and that's actually kind of how I got onto using that as like the like the reason why I was there, which isn't actually the reason. Um, he goes there for books. He's a very, very, very frequent reader, so books are his thing. But when it comes to paying pricing for books, he can afford this. I think it's like up to like $5 a book, which yeah, much cheaper than getting a brand new, obviously. But some books there aren't even priced based off of like their tag price. They have their own separate price based off of the condition, the popularity, and some of the managers have even told me and my mom straight out, we will try and get as much as possible for the items. as we do notice them, that there are more wealthier people shopping in the store. So that being said, I really don't understand why. I can understand, for the reason other than just the only reason that it's a little bit cheaper or a lot cheaper, depending on what it is you're looking for to pay for. But why somebody who has the money, who can afford to own an expensive car, or not even an expensive car in terms of luxury, but has the luxury of owning a current model car, like a 2015, 2016 model car. Um, if you can afford to pay that off, like I know you got to pay an initial fee of like 10 to 15K, and then you can start doing your payments to lease or finance. The vehicle was one of my friends recently did it, and you know what I mean. It's just one of those types of things, though, guys. You got to really be careful because some people will judge you, and it's happened to me too. Like I don't personally dress the way I used to. I used to dress more like scummy-ish. Does that make sense? Like track pants all the time, all baggy clothes. Now I dress a little bit more. I don't want to say formal, but I try to dress up just a little bit more. Not every day wearing a dress shirt, dress shoes, and this and that. But I try to wear dressy shoes, nice shirt, nice pair of jeans, whatever. Try to smell nice, grab a nice cologne, spray it. But what happens is because these people that have money, assumingly, shop at this Valley Village store. Not this one, but most of them sure have the same issue. The people that work there don't really know whether or not I have enough money to pay retail value. So that being said, the general price just goes up because they see that people are going to be willing to pay for that. Um, you know, somebody's going to pay for it for whatever the reason. Maybe a little pricey for being something used, but it'll be much cheaper than retail value. Um, where am I? Like fine. But in all seriousness, if you guys have ever shopped in a thrift store, not for clothing, furniture, but anything other than clothing and furniture, like you will know. Let's just talk clothing and furniture. The ones that I go to are the ones that tend to have furniture, clothing, particular shoes. Not so. I'm not going to really say clothing. Certain clothes, even if have the tags on them, are not going to be more than like $10, 10, $15. I did a stream way back when I mentioned about the Gucci high tops. Those ones I think were like $30, which if they were real or not, still you can't beat that. Um, I've gotten several shoes there that were fake that unfortunately I had to figure out later on. A pair of Air Force Ones, which I just recently threw out, $20 for them. And sadly, it sucks. Like they're very nice shoes. They were a size too big for me, but regardless, they're still wearable. It's just look, I'm saying they're still wearable aside from the fact that they're a size too big. The only reason why I threw them out was because they started to break down. Um, the bottom of the shoe started to split and crack and actually broke. It separated like the front and the back of the shoe, of the bottom of the shoe, the undersole. It was connected to the shoe, the upper, but it was separated in terms of it split in half. Um, so that being said, it made it very uncomfortable to walk in. Um, I'm not too. I really didn't care much of people seeing that, but at the end of the day, the shoes. Nobody's gonna look at the bottom of the shoes. Um, but again, the moral of today's topic is if it's worth paying the prices that they charge. Some of them will be a lot more reasonably priced than others, and then you just have like the ones that I tend to go to, which unfortunately it's I only go to those ones because they're cheaper. They're closer, not because they're cheaper. Which they're not cheaper. There's one downtown which I only go to if I'm on the way to see my grandmother at the cemetery. Like I go to visit the cemetery where my grandmother's at. So that's the only time I get to go there, which isn't very often. And that one, certain things are a little bit pricey, but definitely not the same expenses um, as the ones that I go to regularly. Um, I haven't been to Valley Village in a while. It's just I've been caught up a lot with school. It's been so many tests and assignments and everything, reports and all these different things that I've had to do. So I haven't really had time to go. But being somebody that again, every once in a while, yeah, I could afford to go get something retail. But the only issue is I would only be able to get so much. So I would maybe save up that bit of money, excuse me, and then get instead of something retail, get it used, so I can get more than just like two things. I definitely can't think of somebody being able to buy themselves, like a teenager or someone older, like a man or a woman. Um, Particularly me, to get whole outfit shoes. As I mentioned earlier, no socks or no undergarments, like no underwear, boxes, briefs, nothing. Um, Shoes, shirt, pants, maybe a jacket, a hat, possibly, and sunglasses. I can't see that happening for under $10 or under $20. And again, it's one thing if you just can throw a pair of shoes, you're gonna find the cheapest pair of shoes, cheapest shirt, cheapest pants. And that's one thing, but excuse me, the majority of you guys shopping there are not going to do that, despite you may not have. Maybe you will if you really, some people just really just they want something. That's one thing. I personally would rather save up the money since I don't have a lot to get something at least I'd like to wear. Something that I feel comfortable with. And it's come to the times where I've paid, my mom's paid or whatever, over $100 just in clothing, just in clothing. Now you can get for $100 a lot. Like I remember one day we were there, and this guy from I believe it was from Japan. He said I don't remember 400 and some dollars, almost $500. I think 480 something, 482 I believe it was worth of clothes. Not even furniture, nothing, just clothes and shoes, like shirts and whatever, and shoes. And he would send it back home to wherever he was from. I don't remember where he said. So for 400 and some, almost $500, he had like I think three carts full of stuff. Which, thinking about it, how much you can put in those three carts? Not that much. Then for that to come out to such a price, yeah, that way it's pretty expensive if you think about it. But I, I would tend to think of it as for $400 you got this full of clothing. For that much money in a retail store, like you maybe get like one carriage or two carriages, possibly. Depending on what store you go to. I'm not talking about going to like the Gucci store, excuse me, or any high end designer store. We're talking about like like general like Winners, um, Marshalls, stores like that. I'm not really going to consider Walmart, but I will. But I'm not going to really think of it the same way. Walmart doesn't sell other brands other than the brands that they are um, sponsored with or partnered with, whatever. So that includes like Athletic Works, George, Fruit of the Loom, Hanes, all those different like clothing companies. I believe they used to at one point have Wranglers. I don't believe they have it anymore. I don't. If they do, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was Walmart that at one point had Wranglers. Sorry, my eyes are really itchy. And It was just a matter of like Walmart now is very expensive. Food, um, like to pay for a family, guys, every month or every week, grocery shopping is expensive there. You'll be spending $300-400 to buy groceries for a family of like 3 to 4. Like on average, my mom would probably spend like $200-300 just for me and her. Sometimes 1 to 2, depending. Um, I mean, it sucks like to be able to say that the prices of groceries are expensive. It's just disgusting. Um, so because going on, somebody is arguing outside, and I'm gonna be a nosy bastard and just peek. There's always somebody arguing in my area. You never lose out on the action. I'm not sure what that was. I could have sworn I heard somebody argue. Anyways, as I was saying, when it comes to shopping at Valley Village, somebody who is on a low income, because of these other people that are buying stuff there that have a little bit more money or a lot more money in some cases, like you can tell when someone is dressed up in a suit, like chances are no one's gonna go and buy a suit to wear every single day. Like they're not gonna buy like several suits to pose as someone who has money when they don't. So chances are they have money. It's one thing again, like I can't judge because I was somebody that used to have a lot of money, but I had a lot more than I do now. So I was able to go and buy designer clothing, designer sunglasses, designer shoes, designer this. But my point is, I can't even say because I still have a lot of the stuff that I used to have from like 2, 3 years ago. So that being said, I don't know if it's something that they had or if they just bought it. So I'm not going to say anything about that. But I don't know. It's just something to think of and consider when you shop. Like one of the things that a buddy of mine told me, he went to shop there. He moved out on his own like 2 weeks ago. Talked to him on Facebook. So he goes to one in. He has a car. He drives, but he goes to one. I think in Bolton. It's where my cousin lives. Um, he says that one has really good stuff, all right prices. And that being said, I wouldn't mind checking it out. I don't think I've ever been to that one before. Um, and it's a matter of even knowing which one to go to because some of them price their stuff a lot better than others. As I mentioned earlier, the one that I go to doesn't price their stuff the same way the one that I go to where I see my grandmother. But it's not a huge deal. But again, somebody like me, money. It's not a matter of frugality. It's a matter of low income. So when you truly have a low income, saving as much money as possible is going to be at the top of your list. So I personally don't see why they would price things so high. Why people have to shop there that have money? Like I said, a majority of people may not have a lot of money, but they'll have enough money to pay retail. And you can tell. And I'm not judging them only on what they're wearing, but also the attitude. Like somebody who's poor. Like I'm not going to go into a Valley Village and act like I'm a shit that I got tons of money because while I don't, I will not be able to prove to you that I have that money. So that being said, I wouldn't do that. Regardless, I'm not the type of person. I had the money and now I don't. I never did it. Um, like again, it's matter. And then they also judge because they see, oh, like I found a pair of Louis Vuitton jeans there, guys. They're $200, $350 jeans. I know they're not cheap. I know that. Um, I ended up getting the research done on them. They are actually real, thankfully. I didn't even know it all this time, like almost 2.5 years. that I've had them, and I didn't even know for sure if they were authentic or not. So I ended up doing the research. They are, but they last so much longer than like a pair of shitty jeans. Like if I were to go to Walmart and get the jeans, just any pair of jeans, I doubt they would last as long. But it's even the way they fit, the fact that you can wash them as many times and they don't fade. I've had these for several years, as I just mentioned, and they have not faded one bit. So I do my laundry about once a month. Or not once, sorry, once a week, once a week or two. So, you know, on a regular basis. Um, but shopping at Valley Village Jewelry, guys, they had a watch from Hudson's Bay for like $50. It looked a lot like a Rolex. Either they thought it was a Rolex and they really weren't paying attention, which at that point, I'm not gonna lie, they would probably charge them like 100, 200, $300, even five. They had stuff there for like $1,000 because they had a TV. It was a thing of 42, 45, 44-inch TV, something like that, for like $400. Used. Now it's a TV, so a TV is not like necessarily like a computer that it's used. Where then, if you want to reformat, it's costing more money. A TV is a TV, so that I can kind of understand. The price that they price it at, though, I don't. Furniture, like where I want to take my dresser, guys. I don't think I've ever showed you guys my dresser. I have a marble top dresser made out of real wood, and I paid the one that has 6 drawers and a center console with French doors and 2 other drawers inside. And the bottom half and then the top half is open to put whatever. Then I have another one which is 3 wide drawers. Same exact thing, just 3 wide drawers only. Um, both for $80. That was an absolute steal because my mom has the same thing but in black. Somewhat different design than the wood, but real wood, marble top design, same overall, concept for like $400 or $500 just for that one piece. Now that one she got for a cheaper price because it came with her bedroom set, which she got I think for like 15, maybe $2,000. This is many moons ago. I don't remember exactly how long ago. This is I believe before I started high school, and I'm in grade 12, so doing my third semester. Um, and it's a matter of also knowing exactly what the current value is of that item. Because if they charge it, let's say $20, but it's only worth 15, obviously, spend the extra five and get it brand new. Um, certain computers, like they'll tell you, this one guy told me straight up, the computer does not start properly. And, you know, yeah. So I said, why, if it doesn't start properly, would you price it? Why would you sell it if it doesn't start properly? And, it's kind of a stupid thing to ask because somebody who maybe has a little bit of money will buy it and then invest money into it and upgrade it. You know what I mean? Maybe you get processor and everything that can handle a newer operating system, whatever. Several times they've had Macs there, guys, not the laptops. I've never seen a MacBook there. If I did, oh god, like $300-400. But if I had the money, I'd get it. Um, I'm talking about a MacBook Pro. I'm never going to get in the Air because the old ones are slow and they made it of plastic. I'm not really fond of plastic. Especially having my mom's laptop as plastic. It dropped once. The screen thankfully never shattered, but the plastic broke. Oh my god, such a pain in the ass to fix. With metal, it's a little bit easier in terms of actual replacing it. But the computers of both times, I believe, gone for like $200-300. So, now I'm not sure if they were new or not, so I can't really tell you guys off of that if they were, unfortunately. But several times they've had things that are really expensive that are still expensive. I got a pair of Air Jordan ones, Hall of Fame edition. Just want to look it up to make sure I got the right name. Air Jordan 1. Jordan 1 HO. Yeah, Air Jordan 1 Hall of Fame. So when it comes to stuff like this, I paid these $30. My mom did, but that I'm not going to say it's a good deal or a bad deal because that bases that's based off of like the current value. I am currently checking, and if they get to enough selling it, I've only worn them a handful of times. At one point, I wore them as boots because I didn't have money to get boots. They were just too expensive. And they've lasted till now. Like these Air Jordan 1 Chicago. I'm not sure if they're rare, but Jesus Christ, for $410 plus $15 shipping, I can't see somebody actually being, stupid enough to buy it, regardless how rare it may be possibly. Then you have the same shoe, the Air Jordan 1 High OG. No, different shoe, sorry. The midsole is yellowed. The one in the Chicago one, the first one I mentioned for 10 plus 15, isn't yellowed. It looks brand new. It's just no laces. But this one goes second one with yellowed midsole for $375 plus $15 shipping. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Air Jordan. Origin. These are a pair of shoes that I've gotten um, a little while back. These in white look absolutely dope. Oh my gosh. No, these are in leather. The ones that I got are in nubuck, which I absolutely hate the materials. Only because of cleaning. The material other than that looks fantastic. They are great shoes. Um, this is the low, isn't it? Either this is a low or it's the Origin 2, and they just marked it wrong. Certain things about this shoe, though, they're nice. Now, when it comes to shoes, certain shoes, like I got in dress shoes, they're high tops, runners. Um, one which that I actually still own. I wear them if I ever have to go to work or something. Um, so I don't have to mess up a good pair of shoes. I wear the ones that are all beat up. But I'm gonna end this off fairly soon because I'm getting a little bit tired and I really gotta just lie down. I'm totally exhausted. But I want you guys also to let me know what you guys think of this topic. Is it affordable for somebody on a low income who is also possibly seeking welfare or receiving welfare? I should have said receiving instead of seeking, but regardless, is it affordable for somebody like that in that situation, including, let's say they have a family, worst case scenario, they've got more than just like them and the partner plus a kid. They've got a larger family to support. Is it affordable? Some people may say, well, if you have a welfare check, yeah, obviously they give you enough to support the family. I can tell you guys that, not from personal experience, but a buddy of mine had to go on welfare for, I think, a while. I don't remember how long it was. He was unemployed, so he had to seek unemployment and welfare, whatever. And something like that. I remember talking about this, but he couldn't afford it. Just him alone. He could not afford it. So I'm gonna end it off now. Anyways, guys, I apologize about the bit of a short stream. But until next time, guys, rate, subscribe, and comment. Thumbs up, like, and share. If you guys would like to see more videos on these types of topics in terms of reality versus fiction or whatnot, let me know in the comment section down below or on Twitter, hashtag Let's Talk True or False. Or Let's Talk. And you guys come up with the hashtag or just hashtag Let's Talk. Until next time, guys, rate, subscribe, and comment. Thumbs up, like, and share. Peace.